My darlings, I see you, all of you. 12 signs, 12 souls, 12 different journeys through the same month. I want to start this video by acknowledging something every astrologer should acknowledge, but rarely does. There is no such thing as a month where everyone is equally lucky. The cosmos does not work that way. In any given month, the planets favor some signs more than others. The eclipse axis activates some chart positions more than others. The major ingresses land on some houses more than others. July of 2026 is no exception. This month, several signs are walking through the most consequential month of their decade. Other signs are in quieter chapters, foundation years, healing years, preparation years that serve them in ways the louder months cannot. Hi, I'm going to walk you through the 5 luckiest signs of July 2026, ranked from most fortunate to 5th most fortunate, with specific dates and reasons. Then I will speak to the signs whose July is quieter, not unlucky, but different, and tell you why your quiet month matters too. Whether your sign is in the top 5 or not, stay with me. The luck you receive in July depends as much on how you use the transits as on which transits you receive. I am Madame Aurora, 35 years studying the stars from my office in Manhattan, and I want to tell you why this particular July matters more than most months in the calendar. 3 rare astrological events happen in the same 18-day window. Your ruling planet Mercury stations direct on July 23rd, releasing weeks of internal review across the entire zodiac. The lunar nodes shift on July 26th from the Pisces-Virgo axis, where they have lived for 18 months, onto the Aquarius-Leo axis, where they will live for the next 18 months. This shift changes the destiny corridor for every single sign. And 6 weeks from now, on August 12th, a total solar eclipse will land on Jupiter in Leo, the kind of astrological alignment that defines decades. July is the bridge to August 12th. The signs that use July will arrive at August 12th, with their lives positioned to receive what is coming. The signs that drift through July miss the preparation window. So let me show you who July favors most, and why. Before I begin the ranking, I want to acknowledge something. Some of you watching this video are going to be in the top 5, and I will tell you which actions to take to maximize the luck the universe is offering. Some of you are not going to be in the top 5, and I want you to hear me clearly. Your sign is not unlucky in July. Your sign is in a different phase of its annual cycle. Some of the most important months of any sign's year are quiet months, the foundation months, the healing months, the months when the universe is asking you to rest, integrate, or prepare. The signs whose July looks quieter from outside are often the signs whose autumn or whose 2027 is the loudest. Use the month for what it is asking, not for what other signs are receiving. Stay with me through the whole video, even if your sign is not in the top 5. What I share at the end about how to use a quieter month will matter for you. But first, before I take you any further, my darlings, I want to pause for just a moment. If what I am sharing makes sense to you, if you appreciate that, I take the time to explain which signs are favored and which are in different phases, rather than telling everyone the same thing. Tap that little like button just below this video. It is a tiny gesture, but it tells YouTube to bring this kind of honest, ranked guidance to more souls who are tired of generic horoscopes that treat every sign the same. And if you are not yet subscribed, this is the moment. July is the bridge to the August 12th eclipse, and that eclipse will define the next decade for several signs. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you do not miss the August eclipse breakdown. I will be publishing comprehensive forecasts for every single sign in the first week of August. Now let me begin the ranking. The 5th luckiest sign of July 2026 is Taurus. Let me tell you why. Jupiter entered your 4th house of home, family, and roots on June 30th, and July is the first full month of this 13-month transit. The 4th house is one of the most stabilizing positions Jupiter can occupy for a Taurus. The universe is rebuilding your foundation in concrete ways. For many of you, July brings real estate momentum that has been waiting for months. The property you have been considering becomes available. The renovation you have been planning becomes feasible. The family situation that has been hovering reaches a turning point. The home you have been building, literally or emotionally, begins to take shape. But here is what makes Taurus special this July. You have just survived the 7 years of Uranus in your sign. From 2018 to 2026, the most disruptive 7-year transit any sign can experience. And in June, Chiron entered your sign for the first time in 50 years, beginning 7 years of healing. So July, for Taurus, is the first month where the healing chapter and the foundation expansion are working together. Venus enters Cancer and your third house on July 11th, bringing communication warmth. The new moon on July 14th in your third house begins a voice and writing chapter under the new Uranus transit in your money house. Mercury stations direct on July 23rd in your third house, unlocking the writing, speaking, and communication projects you have been outlining, and the lunar nodes shifting on July 26th move onto your 11th, 5th axis, opening 18 months of friendship and creativity, destiny work. The specific date to mark, my Taurus darlings, July 23rd, when Mercury stations direct. Begin the writing project, send the proposal, schedule the appointment, and use July as the foundation month for the August 12th eclipse, which will land on Jupiter in your 4th house, possibly the most home and family-defining day of your decade. The 4th luckiest sign of July 2026 is Aquarius. And here is what makes your July rare, my darlings. On July 26th, the North Node, the point of soul destiny, enters Aquarius for the first time in 19 years. Your sign, your own first house, combined with Pluto, which has been in your sign since 2024, doing the deepest personal transformation of your lifetime. The next 18 months are the most personally destined period of your decade. The universe is turning its full attention to you. July is the bridge into this destiny corridor. Mercury stations direct on July 23rd in your 6th house of daily work and health, unlocking the practical decisions you have been postponing. 3 days later, on July 26th, the North Node arrives on your sign. This is significant because for the next 18 months, every eclipse on the Aquarius-Leo axis will activate your personal life directly. Whatever you launch, decide, commit to, or release in this corridor carries enormous weight. The version of you who emerges in early 2028 will not be recognizable to the version of you reading these words right now. But here is the work the universe is asking. The North Node on your sign demands that you stop hiding the strangeness of your vision, the futuristic quality of your mind, the depth of who you actually are. The universe will not let you continue to be small. Aquarians who soften themselves to make other people comfortable will find the soft version impossible to maintain in the 18 months ahead. The mark date to remember, July 26th. The Destiny Corridor opens. Use it consciously. Wait, before I continue with the ranking, I need to interrupt myself for a moment, my darlings. I know what you are thinking, but Aurora, why is this only 4th? Aren't Pluto and the North Node in my sign together one of the rarest configurations possible? You are absolutely right that the combination is rare. Aquarius is in a once-in-19 years moment. But here is what makes the next 3 signs above Aquarius receive even more concentrated July fortune. The eclipse in 6 weeks lands on Jupiter in Leo, not on Pluto in Aquarius. So the signs whose July is being directly activated by the upcoming eclipse, Leo, Gemini, Cancer, receive a more immediate boost than Aquarius does. Aquarians, your destiny corridor is longer, 18 months. Your work is patient. Your fortune is structural and deep. The next 3 signs receive more compressed, immediate fortune in July specifically, but your 18-month corridor is incomparable. Stay with me. I will return to your sign in the closing. The 3rd luckiest sign of July 2026 is Cancer. My Cancer darlings, you have just completed your Jupiter return, the most expansive year of your decade. on June 29th. And the universe is not pausing to let you catch your breath. It is moving you directly into the next chapter. July compresses 5 major astrological events into 18 days that crystallize the transition from your Jupiter return year into the chapter that follows. On July 11th, Venus enters your sign, bringing tenderness, beauty, and magnetism in a way you have not received in 12 months. For the first time since Jupiter left your sign, the universe is giving you a personal Venus moment. On July 14th, the new moon perfects in your sign for your annual personal reset, the most important inner work night of your year, with Venus on your sun. On July 23rd, Mercury stations direct in your sign. The universe says, go on what you have been integrating internally since your Jupiter return ended. On July 26th, the lunar nodes shift onto your 2nd and 8th houses, opening an 18-month destiny corridor for your money, both your personal income, which Jupiter is now expanding from your 2nd house, and your joint financial structures, where Pluto continues its deep work since 2024. The specific dates to mark, my Cancer darlings. July 11th, your Venus moment. July 14th, your annual personal reset. July 23rd, the universe says begin. And the lunar nodes shift onto your money axis on July 26th. The August 12th eclipse in 6 weeks will land on Jupiter in your money house, possibly the most financially defining day of your decade. July is the foundation. Build it carefully. The second luckiest sign of July 2026 is Gemini. My Gemini darlings, July is one of the most consequential months of your decade, for a specific reason that almost no astrologer will explain properly. Jupiter is now in your 3rd house, your natural house, the house you rule, the house of voice, writing, communication, and ideas. July is the first complete month of this transit, and Mercury, your ruling planet, stations direct on July 23rd after almost 4 weeks of internal review. When Mercury changes direction in any sign, every sign feels it. But Geminis feel it most because Mercury rules your sign. Chaos in this Mercury station happens in your money house, releasing the financial decisions you have been postponing. But here is what makes Gemini's July truly exceptional. 3 days after Mercury stations direct, the lunar nodes shift on July 26th onto your most personal axis, the 3rd ninth axis, the axis your sign was built around. The north node leaves Pisces and enters Aquarius for your 5th house, and the south node leaves Virgo and enters Leo for your 3rd house, exactly where Jupiter just arrived. This is unusual. The eclipse in 6 weeks will land on Jupiter in your 3rd house, conjunct your south node. This is decade-defining for any Gemini whose work touches words, voice, ideas, or communication. What the universe is asking of you in July: pace yourself. The shadow of Gemini-Jupiter transits is scattering across too many directions. Choose 1 or 2 major voice-based, communication-based, or content-based projects. Pour July into preparing them. Mercury stations direct on July 23rd unlocks launch capacity. The August 12th eclipse amplifies what you have prepared. The Geminis who arrive at the eclipse with 1 or 2 focused projects ready receive a decade of compounding visibility. The ones who arrive scattered miss the moment. Pause for just 1 moment, my darlings. I know this is a lot. I have been putting hours into this video, researching the exact degrees, the exact times, the specific way the July transits land on each sign's chart, because you deserve real ranked guidance, not generic horoscopes that pretend every sign is equally favored. If this ranking is bringing you value, would you do me 3 small things? Like this video. It tells YouTube this matters. Subscribe and turn on the bell if you have not yet. August's video will rank the signs most affected by the eclipse, day by day for the eclipse week, and that is the most important video I will publish all year. You absolutely cannot miss the August eclipse breakdown. And write to me in the comments, even 1 sentence, Tell me your sign and tell me whether what I am sharing matches what you are experiencing. The Geminis are reading the Gemini comments. The Cancers are reading the Cancer comments. The Aquarians are reading each other. We are becoming a community here. Thousands of souls walking through the same July together. Come be part of it. Now let me reveal the luckiest sign of July 2026. The luckiest sign of July 2026 is Leo. And I want to be specific about why. Because what is happening for Leo in July is genuinely rare, possibly once-in-a-lifetime rare. Jupiter entered Leo on June 30th, and July is the first complete month of Jupiter return, the most expansive year of any Leo's decade. But that alone would only place Leo high in the ranking, not at the top. What places Leo at the top is the combination of 3 simultaneous rare events in the same 18-day window in July. First, your Jupiter return is in its earliest, most magnetic phase. The universe is amplifying everything about you. Your visibility increases. Opportunities arrive. The recognition that has been overdue often crystallizes. People look at you differently. The dating pool of clients, employers, partners, and collaborators improves. Second, on July 23rd, Mercury stations direct in your 12th house, completing the integration of everything Jupiter has been quietly arranging behind the scenes. The fog of the past 4 weeks lifts. Ideas clarify. The preparation phase ends, and you can begin acting on what the integration has revealed. Third, and this is where Leo's July becomes truly extraordinary. On July 26th, the South Node enters your sign for the first time in 19 years. The South Node arriving on Jupiter in your sign creates a configuration so rare that astrologers wait years to see it. Jupiter expands, while the South Node releases. The two together create the year in which you become more fully yourself, by also letting go of who you are no longer. The performance of Leo dies. The actual Leo emerges. And the world is paying attention. And 6 weeks from now, on August 12th, a total solar eclipse will perfect at 20 degrees of Leo. Conjunct Jupiter, conjunct the South Node in your sign. This is the kind of astrological alignment that defines a decade, possibly a lifetime. Leos who use July to prepare, to release the patterns Jupiter cannot expand alongside, to claim the version of yourself that is emerging, to position your projects for the eclipse. Arrive at August 12th, ready to receive what the universe has been preparing for years. Leos who drift through July arrive at August 12th and watch other people receive what could have been theirs. The specific dates to mark, my Leo darlings: July 23rd, when Mercury stations direct and the preparation completes. July 26th, when the South Node arrives on your sign and the 18-month corridor of release and expansion begins. And August 12th, the eclipse. July is the foundation for one of the most consequential 6-week periods of your life. I want to interrupt myself one more time, my darlings, because I know what is happening in the comments. Some of you are in the top 5 and you are celebrating. Some of you are not in the top 5 and you are wondering what your July looks like. Let me address you now. Because not being in the top 5 does not mean July is unlucky for you. It means July is asking different things of you. Let me walk through what each of the other 7 signs is doing in July. Sagittarius, Jupiter is now in your 9th house, your sign's natural house, and the South Node on the Leo-Aquarius axis activates your 9th third axis. Your July is significant, but it follows on from June, when Jupiter actually entered your 9th house. The momentum is real, but the peak was a month ago. Capricorn. On July 29th, the full moon perfects in your sign, your annual personal Capricorn full moon. This is a major personal date for you. The lunar nodes shift on July 26th onto your 2nd and 8th houses, opening a major financial destiny corridor. Your July is concentrated, but more inward than the top 5. Virgo, you are in your pre-Jupiter return year. Your big year is 2027. July is the foundation month. Quiet, behind the scenes, building toward the harvest. The lunar nodes shifting onto your 6th 12th axis on July 26th is the destiny corridor for the next 18 months. Your fortune in July is structural, not visible. Use the quiet year well. Pisces, Saturn and Neptune left your sign in February. Jupiter entered your 6th house of body and daily work on June 30th. July is the first month of the body homecoming. The lunar nodes shift onto your 12th 6th axis on July 26th, your sign's most natural axis. Your fortune in July is gentle restoration, not loud expansion. Libra, Jupiter is in your 11th house, and the Pluto opposition continues to affect your partnership life. July is a steady month, not a peak month. The Mercury direct station and lunar nodes shift bring clarity in friendships and community. Use it for relational refinement. Scorpio, Pluto continues its work in your 4th house, and Jupiter is in your 10th house. July is a career month for you, particularly the Capricorn full moon on July 29th, which activates your 3rd house of communication. Mercury direct unlocks writing and speaking projects. Aries, Saturn and Neptune are in your sign, doing the slow work of identity reconstruction. Your July is a building month, not a launch month. The Capricorn full moon on July 29th activates your 10th house of career. Use July for inner construction work. I want to give you one final piece of guidance for July, my darlings, regardless of your sign. The most important universal date is July 23rd, when Mercury stations direct. Every sign benefits from this. The Mercury retrograde that began on June 29th has been asking every sign to review, integrate, and prepare. The Mercury direct station unlocks the action phase. Use it. The second most important universal date is July 26th, when the lunar nodes shift onto the Aquarius-Leo axis for 18 months. Every sign's destiny corridor is repositioning. Pay attention to which houses in your chart the nodes are activating. And finally, every sign in the zodiac is 6 weeks away from the August 12th eclipse on Jupiter in Leo. This is one of the most consequential single days of the year for every sign, not just for Leo. Use July as the preparation window for what August 12th will bring you. My darlings, before I let you go, 3 small things I want to say. 1. If any part of this video has brought you clarity about what July holds for your sign, even one sentence, tap that like button. It is the simplest way to tell YouTube to bring this kind of ranked, honest guidance to more souls who are tired of generic horoscopes. Your like helps them find this video. 2. Subscribe and turn on the bell. The August video will be one of the most important videos I publish all year. A comprehensive breakdown of the August 12th eclipse for every sign, day by day, for the eclipse week. You absolutely cannot miss it. 3. Write to me in the comments. Tell me your sign. Tell me whether your July is matching what I have described. Other people of your sign are reading the comments and recognizing themselves. We are building a community here, thousands of souls walking through the same July together, and you are part of it. I read every single comment. Thank you, my darlings. This community is becoming something I never expected. July 23rd, July 26th, August 12th. Write the dates down. The stars are with you. The luckiest signs of July are receiving compressed, immediate fortune. The quieter signs are receiving foundation and integration work that serves their longer cycles. Both kinds of months matter. Use yours for what it is asking. I am Madame Aurora from Manhattan, and I love you, all 12 signs of the zodiac. I will see you in August for the eclipse breakdown.